we have Margaret Hiatt, who is an expert in women's leadership, an author, speaker, facilitator, coach and a mentor. And Margaret, about 18 months ago, came to my house and edited my whole wardrobe and made me feel like I had 500 new pieces in there, and my husband was very happy because I didn't have to go shopping for anything but a little belt here and there. So that was happy too. So she's got 17 years in management roles that she's done, and then she's built up her own business. Margaret has also has the skills and understanding of what it takes to deliver quality coaching and mentoring through her many programs and workshops. Margaret is solutions focused and passionate about working with women, empowering them to be the best they can be, and creating an ultimate lifestyle of building self-awareness and a positive mindset. Committed to working with women to build confidence and clarity, Margaret has delivered over 3,000 hours of coaching using her understanding of human patterns and behaviour with outstanding results. She has also facilitated many workshops, both in the corporate sector within her own business, as well as delivering keynote speeches. Margaret supports others to follow their dreams to build their businesses with outstanding results. So tonight, Margaret will be delivering to us one of her specialties, which is dressing for success in our businesses, which is very, very important when we're representing our brand. And if you walk away with some tips, I'm sure the girls will get more tips than the boys, but the boys can take those tips home to their girls. Okay? So, Margaret, please come up and take the stage. Round of applause. Thank you.
Thanks, Natasha. I'm Margaret Hiatt, and thank you for coming out on such a cold, wintry evening. I didn't know that so many people commuted in this dreadful weather until I had to drive out. It's not something I usually do wandering out at night.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, sorry. So thank you for coming out, and thanks, Nat, for the opportunity to speak in front of a group of people this evening about dressing for success in your business and really branding yourself. You are your brand. Some of you are very new to business. I've already realised that from the small conversations we've had so far. But please, happy to talk to all of you later after I've finished as well and get to know you a little better and a bit more about your business. So as Natasha said, I'm an expert in women's leadership. I do work with some men, but I work in corporates and I work one-on-one. I facilitate workshops as well. So yes, I do wear a few different caps. A little bit of blurb about me. Yes, I came through TCI. There's a few TCI students here, the Coaching Institute, that stands for those of you who didn't know. Coaching, NLP. I started out, my very first business was Life with Purpose. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And it was then that I realised I wasn't sure what to wear in front of my clients. I've been in corporate for many, many years, and I've worn suits and uniforms, and I had no idea what to wear. So that was a real crossroads for me. How many of you here I've just heard what you've said, you all have your own businesses, work from home? Yep. Great place to be, isn't it, working from home? So, I really struggled at that point to work out who I was and what I was going to wear in front of my clients. I wore uniforms, as I said, and jeans at home. So there was a bit of conflict going on. I didn't know who I was. I then found a stylist and then developed my own Style with Purpose business. The stylist dressed me and I felt amazing. It was a different energy altogether from where I'd been in the corporate world. Totally, totally different. She took some things out of my wardrobe. We went shopping and bought some beautiful pieces, so I felt different. Not what I wear now, it's very, very different. I've grown in my brand and I've grown in my business. Some of you are nodding. So things have changed in my life as well. So I started my own business. I thought, I've got a cert for in training and development. I can train anyone to do what I've been trained in. So the same thing, I took people shopping and did wardrobe edits. I wasn't a public speaker. In fact, I was quiet and shy 3 years ago. I could barely run a team meeting. So all the things Natasha spoke about have happened in the last 3 years for me. I was retrenched at that point, so my business grew, and so did I. So I now train public speaking. Again, if I can learn to change my life and turn that around, I can do the same. So all of that evolved into leadership. I think all of those things come together. under the heading of purpose, passion, growing in confidence and certainty. So I work in all of those areas now, as well as doing some business coaching. I've got a book, a bit exciting, Successfully Speaking, that's coming out in the next couple of months. Yeah, very, very excited about that. 18 chapters, 18 different speakers. So that will be another product I have for my business. I also work at Victoria University and do some other things, so quite a busy lifestyle. So this is me in the corporate world. I was at Westpac and I wore a uniform, and I worked in the top end of town in the Paris end of Collins Street. And I stepped into that uniform and I felt very, very important. I felt like a manager. My high heels on and my uniform, or my suit. I was allowed to wear suits occasionally. The men were allowed to wear suits more often. I couldn't quite work that out. Don't know what that was about. But that's how I dressed, and I stepped into that role. If I had a free dress day, I felt as if I wasn't a manager. We were allowed to raise money for, different things. But to be out of that uniform really was uncomfortable for me because I wasn't in the right role. So I'm telling you all of this about me purely to get the feeling that you might have in your business. When you dress a certain way, you might feel a certain way in your business. Feel like you're a business owner and you're a little bit more important when you step into those clothes. Now there's a casual man. How many people on Facebook, social media? Most of us. The good clothes that I was wearing then to see my clients, people throw photos up and we have much more casual attitude towards Facebook. Photos like this being taken will end up on Facebook. So we always need to be our very best. But I've now taken the more casual view that I'm starting to put photos up of me, heaven forbid, in casual clothes. Didn't do that to start with. I had to have the good work clothes on because that was my brand. And I'm really way out of the comfort zone here, where I started to put up some photos of me out in the middle of nowhere in the paddock, the Nullarbor Plains, in the middle of nowhere in my casual clothes. So what I've done is let people in and know a little bit more about me by the way I'm more casual. I dress a little bit more casually, and I'm letting that out to the world, and that's okay now. I could never have done that when I started my business. I felt as though I had to be dressed a particular way. So that's changed. So remember at all times, you are your brand. Unlike the corporate uniform that Westpac gave me, I looked a particular way then. Now I have to show my own brand, just like you have to show your own brand. So whatever it is that you wear, I think, there's a saying, you have 7 seconds to make a great impression. I think it's more like about 3. People will judge you very, very quickly on what you're wearing and how you want to be perceived in your business. So I don't think it matters what you wear. We'll go into a bit more of this. Peter, who's not here, maybe back later. I know for a fact he coaches in jeans and a gorgeous jacket. That's his brand. But I've seen him dressed up at some networking events where he's dressed in good pants and a good jacket because that's his brand when he's out with a more formal group of people, talking in a little bit more formal fashion, get to know him, and he's really casual. So it's okay to wear what you feel comfortable in. There's no rules. There are no rules. You are your brand. You choose whatever brand that you want to have. And we'll go into this a little bit further so you have a better understanding of that. But what often happens is, from the hours I've spent working with ladies, go to the wardrobe in the morning, you start here, take the clothes out, put something on, don't feel great, throw it on the bed, go back to the wardrobe, put something else on, don't feel great, throw it on the bed, getting a bit flustered and frustrated at this point, take something out of the wardrobe, put it on, still not feeling right. Is it the mood, is it the clothes, is it the colour, what is it? Do guys have this as well?
Oh, he does, yeah. Every morning. Every morning.
That's good of you to say. Seriously, do guys have this problem, or is it
I
something
don't
that
think
goes
so. I got the first thing that...
What about when you're dressing casually? Like if you're going to a barbecue or something?
Yeah, casual outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, which pair of jeans?
Yeah, or you.
So you've got casually, a casual shirt is a casual shirt. We've got our short sleeve shirts, we've got our long sleeve shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So there is a difference.
I reckon, to be honest, I reckon blokes probably do get concerned more than what other men probably. No disrespect to anyone here, fellas, for sure, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Well, I know the guy that I live with, because I've got a
That's
mate
not
that I
me.
live with. But he probably takes about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half to get ready.
Oh.
And I'm just like, takes 5 minutes. Well, I've already had a couple of drinks before.
But you get what I'm saying. You've either been through this or know someone who has, and it can be really frustrating. So this is a really important time in the day to set you up for the day. You know, to be able to have a wardrobe full of only pieces that scream success. So if there's clothes in your wardrobe that aren't doing that, whatever your brand is and whatever success is for you, if those clothes aren't in your wardrobe, what are they, if they are, those pieces aren't there and there's other things cluttering up your wardrobe, why are they in there? They're just cluttering your mind. So you'll have this little voice in your head that I call a mini-me. And it's really busy at that time when you're not sure of what to wear. You know, who am I going to see today? I feel like being a bit more casual. I don't know what to wear. I don't know whether that meeting's going to happen. What do I wear to the networking event? Who's going to be there? You know, so it's about understanding who you want to be and who you want to be perceived as in your brand and in your business. Natasha said I worked with her. I think she has a particular brand. Comfortable in your brand, and we would all agree that you look similar. Love the gorgeous boots, but a similar style most of the time.
Well, when I started out in business, I'll tell you, I used to wear shirts and like corporate-y kind of style. I felt like I had to put on a this look, and I used to rock up and I was really stiff. And I think, whereas I like sort of more feminine, frilly kind of thingies going on. So now I just go and be myself, be bubbly. I don't have to be this straightforward business person.
Yeah.
You know, just
Well, it's not
be.
you, is it?
No, it's not me. So
It took you a while to find that.
yeah, and I can sometimes rock up in jeans to a networking event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My challenge is to be able to do keynote speaking in jeans because I love wearing jeans. So that'll happen to a big corporate. That'll be.
Actually, do you know Nick Bowditch from Facebook?
Yes.
He's like the Australian rep for Facebook. He came and spoke. I went to a conference in Sydney and he was a speaker.
Yes.
And he had jeans, t-shirt and thongs.
Yes.
And he still had us enthralled. Yeah.
So did you think any less of him because he was
No, I
dressed
thought
like
I was
that?
speaking later that day and I brought shoes for the big where I was speaking. I was thinking, why did I bother? But he knew his stuff and I actually I respected that he knew him. He knew
Yes.
himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't think less.
So it's what comes from within. If you're showing the passion and the certainty about you and your business, the clothes may be less noticed. As I said before, you make an impression with your clothes, but if people see your open face and you're positive and you're certain, I'm sure that you just wear what really does suit you. So that noise and clutter can absolutely be gone. You don't need to have that waste of time in the morning. I worked with a lady recently who was starting out. She was a coach. She'd been to TCI. She was a coach. And I went to do a wardrobe makeover for her, which was 3 hours. We had a discussion for about an hour first to work out what her lifestyle was. And similar to me and Natasha, she was starting out coaching people and wasn't quite sure what to wear, face-to-face coaching. And I asked her to try some things on from her wardrobe to see how they fitted. The first thing she put on was a grey suit, not this particular one, but a grey suit that was ill-fitting, oversized. She was covering up herself, she wasn't so confident. And she had a knitted vest underneath. And this was purchased online, a brand that we all know. She hated shopping with a passion, so she only purchased online, only purchased one brand and the one size. Knew it wasn't quite right, so she asked me for some help, but she couldn't quite put a finger on what it was. The next outfit she put on, not this one, but similar, a very sexy, very low-necked, red satin, tight dress with stiletto heels. Too short, polar opposites. And I wasn't quite sure what was going on there. So the question I asked her was, who are you dressing for? And it took her a few minutes. She sat down and cried and said, the grey suit I'm dressing for my father, because he loved her more, she thought, when she wore a grey suit and a vest like he wore. That's how he dressed. He gave her a cuddle and she felt loved. So she's attaching meaning to clothes. The hot red satin dress and the stilettos, very glitzy they were, her husband asked her to wear that dress. He wanted her to buy that. So when they went out on their date nights once a month, she was dressing for him. She was absolutely exhausted. She was dressing for everybody else and not herself. So she was totally confused on where to go to dress for her clients. So we worked through all of this, got rid of the grey suits, toned the dresses down a bit. She kept that, threw out a lot of things, but she was somewhere in the middle. She was a bit more casual, and the clothes she purchased were much better fitting clothes. Not so sexy. She wasn't really going to wear either of those in front of her clients. So she was exhausted because she was spending a whole lot of energy on clothes, trying to be someone else, not herself. So please take away from that, be absolutely yourself. Here are some facts. Women have about 10 to 20% of clothes in their wardrobes that may still have the tags on them. I've seen this. 80% of women regret their purchases. So either what's happened here is the salesperson has convinced you somehow that you look great in that, it's just your size and your colour. And women use, 80% of women use about 20% of their wardrobe. So what are all those clothes doing in there? It's that voice in your head saying, oh goodness me, there's so much but I can't choose what to wear. Natasha wasn't quite sure on what to wear. I got to her place and thought, how am I going to change this? She's got all the clothes were gorgeous. Wasn't quite sure what to put with what. Just change those things around a bit and she felt more comfortable. So, you know, if that's you, what's going on? Believe me, if something doesn't make your eyes pop and you feel glowing in the fitting room, it's not going to change at home. You're not suddenly going to go home and find out that I feel great in it. Have we all been to buy new clothes and felt fantastic when you put on a new outfit? And you think, wow, this is just right, guys as well as ladies. Yeah.
A smile on my face, and my husband is just quiet.
Isn't it more about learning who you are, and then you're going to find the right clothing anyway?
True. But if you put that piece on, or that piece of clothing on, and you feel fantastic, that is you, isn't it really? Yeah. So if you're spending energy trying to work out who you are, go and have a play in some shops and try some clothes on that you don't usually wear and see what happens, see how you feel. So it's about showing that great feeling of being confident, certainly, in what you're wearing. This lady I worked with recently, she asked me to declutter her wardrobe. And I asked her again to put on some clothes that she'd go out in with her husband. She was a new coach from TCI, starting a business. And she was confused on what to wear. She would have worn that in front of her clients, that outfit, and she would have worn that out for a dinner date with her husband, her gorgeous man. And they had a date about once a month as well. So we then did the wardrobe edit, and these clothes went out. That pile of clothes, most of them were floral and boxy. I asked her the same question, who are you dressing for? She was dressing for her father. So when she wore these really floral outfits, she thought she got more love from her father because she looked like his mother, her grandmother. Imagine how brought down she was. That all sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? But this has happened so many times when I ask people, who are you dressing for? Be yourself, dress for you, spend less negative energy on all of this stuff that's going on. You don't need it. You need to be out there running your business and doing a fabulous job. So we dressed her, and look at her, look at the grin on her face. She's just a different person. Doesn't matter whether you like the style or not, that's her style and she was happy in it. Another lady I worked with very recently, This is the pile of clothes that went out of her wardrobe, and that's Faye just here. So, do you know this? These photos that she sent to me.
Faye, you look fantastic tonight.
But I'm not showing you this to embarrass you. She knew this was coming up. I didn't know she was going to be here. So, how many things? Over 100 pieces that came out?
About 130.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are no different to anybody else. Please don't feel bad. It's just another example of the things that we hang on to because we give them meaning. And Faye knew, rightly so, that these things weren't doing her any good in her wardrobe. It was just too full, too many things, couldn't decide what to wear.
Couldn't find anything.
Couldn't find anything. Forgot all about it.
Oh,
Wow.
Faye just sent me these yesterday. Now these clothes are not new. Faye did not do any shopping. She shopped in her wardrobe. We just mixed and matched things, and you had one of those moments where you looked in the mirror and went, wow.
I did a lot of that.
Yeah, you
With
did.
clothes I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So now you have all the things in your wardrobe are wow things. When you go to your wardrobe, take out an outfit, you have more than enough outfits without shopping. And the wow moments were really, really wow. There's something that happens when you put on clothes that you feel great in. So note to self, please try on some things and work out the things that have you feeling that wow. If you're going to change your look and your wardrobe, you're going to have to trick your RAS. Your RAS is a little part of the brain here that keeps us safe and happy. So when you go shopping, you're going to be drawn to the same things continually. So be mindful of that. You'll go out shopping for a new look and you'll come home with something exactly the same colour and the same shape. That's your RAS saying, oh, but we had something like this last time. All the floral things the lady had here before. We had this before and it made you feel great. So, you come home and think, oh, another black outfit. And I was going to go red this time. I've got black again. So you'll have to trick your RAS. You'll have to go out with a list, be very definite, and know what you want to buy. No spur of the moment buying, no sales. Sales if it's definite, but not by accident. Everything that you purchase should be with volition that says smacks of your brand and smacks of success. Absolutely. Here's another fact. And this is a generalisation that women distort to the negative when they look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and think, the eyes go straight to the parts that you don't like so much, whatever it is. Now, gorgeous men, on the other hand, distort to the positive. In the morning, have a shower, good to go. We're still trying on outfits, we're doing the hair or the makeup, is that right? The guys are out the door and they're already at work and already had the next drink and doing what they want to do. So focus on the positives, absolutely. Find something about yourself that you love. No matter how small, look in the mirror and remind yourself how amazing you are and how you can show your brand and the very best of you to everybody out there. The clients will come. Show the passion and the purpose, the profits will come along. The clients will be attracted to you because you're feeling and looking fantastic. So learn to love your shape, show off the good bits, disguise the bits that really perhaps you can't do so much about and maybe you don't like. There might be parts that you really don't like. But when you go shopping, shop for shape first, absolutely. So find a shape that fits you and then find that shape in another colour. It'll be there. Shape before colour. Easily, and be very, very organised. Think ahead. When you get dressed in the morning, dress for the whole day. Dress for your absolute clients. So you might be working from home like many of you do, but imagine that you might have a call where you might have to go out and be on for your business and on for your clients. So dress in the morning for success every single day.
We can't leave Joe's on to
You can. I think we've all had those days. So you are your brand, absolutely. Declutter, get rid of those things in your wardrobe and your mind that are holding you back from being amazing in your business, and focus absolutely on the positives. And thank you for listening. I hope you've got some tips there.
Sure.
Thanks again, Natasha, for inviting me. Thank you.